Hi everyone. I wanted to first and foremost welcome you and thank you all so much for participating in this Jamberry party. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Hillary Vetter and I am from the Detroit area originally, but now reside down here in the Sunshine State in Tampa. And I actually discovered Jamberry in July of 2013. I had never heard of it before. I'd never tried it before. Long story short, I went through kind of a nasty, bitter divorce. And then my income was the only income that I was, able to live off of. So I worked for Disney at the time, as well as had two other part-time jobs. And I still knew that the only way to start to live within my means was to get rid of those pink and white acrylics that I had had for like almost 15 years. Obviously, it was the first thing that I had to cut, but the last thing I wanted to cut. So a friend of mine up in Chicago, she's not a consultant. She was actually at like a friend of a friend of a friend's home party. And she had taken a picture of her nail and she sent it to me. And she's like, Hillary, oh my gosh, with you having to take off your acrylics and, with all those ridges, this might be an awesome alternative for you. So I ended up logging into our Jamberry site. I had never, like I said, I never tried the product before. I never saw it before, but I logged into the site, kind of read up a little bit on, what the company was, how long they'd been around and whatnot. So I ended up typing in my zip code. At the time I was in Orlando, and there were only 3 consultants in the state of Florida. So I was like, I'm really not looking for a business opportunity, so to speak. I had so much stuff going on that I, again, I wasn't looking to build the business. I was kind of looking to do something more as a hobby so that if I could, get my own wraps paid for, then that would be great. So I signed on. So for $99, I'm like, you know what? I get the kit. I get everything that I need. If anybody asks me about them, yeah, absolutely. I can, put in an order for you. But that was kind of the extent of it until this past July. So a year ago, July 2014 is when I truly really recognized Jamberry as the, opportunity that it is. And I was actually able to leave Disney after 15 years of working in HR for them. And now I get to rock out and have pretty nails full time. So that being said, that's a little bit about me, but I kind of just wanted to share with you because I know we're new. Some of you have probably heard of it before. I know some of you have mentioned already trying Jamberry before. But for those of you that have not, I just wanted to share a couple things with you that I personally can't live without. And let me preface this by saying I like to share Jamberry. I am no way here to upsell you or, anything like that. I just truly want you to love the product as much as I love the product. But I'm going to tell you about some tools that I have found that have given me an even better application. Okay. So first and foremost, this right here is what a full sheet of Jamberry nail wraps looks like. Okay. With the sheet, it comes in this little envelope, okay? So with this sheet, you're going to get a minimum of 2 manicures, 2 pedicures, and 8 additional accent nails, okay? So each one of these nail strips does 2 nails. Some people are crazy talented. I am not one of them. I have friends that can do like a whole mani with like 2 wraps. God bless her. I really don't know how she does it. Okay, but this is what it looks like. Then I just wanted to show you a comparison. These are the Jamberry Juniors wraps. So you're going to see they're little, they're for little girls ages anywhere from like 0 up to 7, 8 years old. Okay, so here's the side-by-side image because some people are wondering kind of, what they look like. So here's these side-by-side. So again, these wraps, you can mix and match them. You can mix and match juniors and adults or all juniors, all adults. Right now, our wraps are buy 3, get one free, which is a fantastic deal. So it comes out to $45 for 4 sheets of wraps. And remember, each wrap does 2 manis and 2 petties with additional accent nails. What I do, even as a consultant with my friends, is I'll get a buy 3, get 1, and my friend will order a buy 3, get 1, and we cut them in half lengthwise and swap. So then we end up with 8 nail designs, right, for the price of 3. So that's kind of the first and foremost. I just wanted you guys to see absolutely, in person what they look like. Then we also have base coats. Now, when I started with Jamberry, we didn't have lacquers. It was purely nail wraps, okay? So the difference with our nail lacquers, even with our base coats and top coats, everything is 5 free, okay? I did not realize what was in my nail polish until I started reading up on it. Ladies, it's kind of disgusting. Like, really disgusting. Like, formaldehyde. Who really? We don't need that until we're dead, okay? There's formaldehyde resin, there's camphor, there's DBP, like some nasty stuff. Toluene, we don't want it, right? We don't want it on our nails. We don't want it in our body. So that's the best thing about our nail lacquers, because I will tell you, OPI, Essie, Sally Hansen, like all of those top brands have all of those chemicals in them, okay? The only brand I know of off the top of my head that I have worked with before, because at Disney, I will say I was affiliated with the spas, salons, and fitness centers, and we actually used a product called Spa Ritual, which is crazy, awesome product, but way out of my price range. Okay, and that is the only other 5 free nail product that I know of. But the next thing, what I always do for my jams, and of course before, again, this is not necessary, this is only something that I am recommending to you, because I found that it gives me a better application. So we have a strengthening base coat and we have a ridge filling base coat. Now, for those of you ladies who have been getting gel manis, or have even had acrylics, or you have those ridges in your nails, this stuff is freaking awesome. Okay, awesome. I don't put my jams on without it. This is the strengthening base coat as well. I use them, really it just depends every week, like how I feel my nails, are growing. So the strengthening base coat is great because it has, you just put it on a thin layer, but it really helps build, because I do have really like thin, kind of flimsy nails. So for those of you that do have those paper thin nails, the strengthening base coat is amazing. I will also tell you, because I get bored and like to change up my wraps, I change them up at least once a week. And that being said, once a week, I just now am on my 2nd bottle of this. So one of these base coat bottles should last you pretty close to a year, okay? Or like I said, close to it. I would say maybe 8 months to a year. And these are 15, as well as the lacquers. So when you log in, you can look at the lacquers and you can see there's a ton of different options, but that's what I use underneath my nail wraps. Literally, I go through my nail prep. I just put a thin coat on it. I hold my nails up to the dry. Like, you don't need to wait a long time in between your nail wraps and your base coat. Okay, it's really quick, dries really fast, and you're gonna love it. We also have the mini heater. This, if anything, absolutely, it is worth it. These are $19. Worst case scenario, you guys, it'll keep you warm. Okay, but these are $19. While again, no means is it necessary, because you can utilize your hair dryer or really any heat source. I'm not gonna lie, I actually have put my jams on in the car before using the car heater. And I know other girls have put theirs on when they were camping. Okay, but this little doodad at $19, this sucker has given, it's a godsend. Like, I challenge you, if you do go ahead, and again, I highly recommend it, and make this purchase of the mini heater your first application, or do a test nail and use your hair dryer, okay? And then put the rest on with your heater, and I promise you, you will thank me later. Because for some reason, it just gives an even more targeted heat source. And for some reason, you would think heat is heat, but it works wonders. So again, highly recommend it. Last but not least, we have our Jamberry application kits. Comes in our cute little purple bag, and in the inside it's great. It's that kind of like rubbery liner, so if anything spills, you can just like wipe it out. But it comes with 2 of our alcohol prep pads, and then you also get everything you need for application. That's all right here. Now, again, you probably have this stuff at home, so the application kit is not a necessity. I just wanted you guys to see kind of, what's in it. And to be honest with you, the reason I like the application kit is because of this bag. So how many of you, especially if you have kids, like you probably have a million pairs of like tweezers, files, and whenever you go to do your nails, you can't find them like anywhere. It's almost like, whoever steals those, I bet you they have a ton of our socks too. Because, right, when you put your laundry in the washer or the dryer, that there were pairs in there, and then miraculously they disappear, right? But everything fits in this little pouch. So your mini heater can go inside, your lacquers or base coats go inside. You can put your wraps, everything in here, kind of just zip it up, and, you're good to go. So, again, those are kind of the basic necessities that I can't live without. For those of you guys that have checked out the website, we have a ton of different products. We have some great biotin infused nail care products. Our lotion is like second to none. Our indulgent set, absolutely check it out. But with anything and everything, when you get your wraps, the one thing I highly, highly, highly recommend at the very least, if you don't have one, is your mini heater. So again, add it to your cart and you'll thank me later. But I hope that you guys, now that you've gotten to know me and kind of see my face and whatnot, feel free to reach out with questions, okay? Some of you may have tried the wraps before and are kind of like, oh, those things don't work. They don't work for me. Like, usually, you guys, there's a solution for that, okay? We have generic instructions that work for the masses, but we also, as consultants, kind of have learned some tips and tricks for those of you maybe that have curvy nails, or, those real ridges and stuff in your nail beds are kind of odd shapes, so we can help you kind of give you tips and tricks how to shape them easier. So definitely, please reach out to me and send me a message. On Facebook, like you've seen, I'm actually Hillary Hornvetter. So please feel free to send me a Facebook request. And I hope you guys have fun with this party. And again, participate to get those party raffle entries, because we're going to give away something totally kick-ass. Just saying. And until later, guys, thank you. Bye-bye.